Hello there, everyone. In this video, I'm going to speak about our vulnerability to addictions. If we look at ourselves and the world around us, we see that addiction is a very common theme. Some forms of addiction are very subtle and may even seem relatively harmless, while others can be very devastating and destructive in our lives, having a great impact on our well-being as well as the systems that we're part of, families, communities, and workplaces. Looking at the basics of what an addictive pattern or process is, we see that it's some type of behavior pattern that the person finds they're unable to control, unable to stop or break free from. This could be some type of a substance addiction, so it could be a drug, it could be food or alcohol. It could also be what people refer to as process addiction, where someone is engaged in a behavior like sex or gambling, shopping, addiction to technology, spending too much time on their cell phone. So those are more process type addictions, where you're not putting a chemical substance into your body. However, the sense of reward or the sensation you get from engaging in an activity causes your own body to release particular chemicals that give you a desirable feeling. So with all of these different addictive patterns, there usually is at least some element of biology involved, a chemistry that is present in the body, which gives a person a desirable feeling. If we look in a more fundamental way at what addictive behaviors involve, we see that people engage in these behaviors either to seek some desirable state or sensation, or to escape or gain relief from some undesirable state or sensation. An example would be someone who's experiencing physical pain. They may start taking some type of drug or medication which is designed to numb that pain. Since that may be effective, then over time that association is there that if they're experiencing that physical pain, they can just get instant relief by taking that particular medication or drug. Unfortunately, whatever may have been causing that pain may have not been healed or removed. So once the drug wears off, the pain returns, and that cycle keeps repeating. And over time, of course, we know there are patterns of tolerance and dependence that develop, where the person will keep seeking more and more of that substance if they start to withdraw from it and experience the pain again. That pattern occurs even with non-substance types of addictions. So a person may experience excitement when they shop or gamble, and then once they've concluded that activity, then they return to whatever feelings or emotions were dominant in their life prior to engaging in that activity. So if they were feeling anxious or depressed, lonely or sad, then those feelings return, and they have the memory of engaging in the activity that they're addicted to. And so if they want to get relief from those unpleasant feelings again, they may seek to do so with that same activity. And that cycle repeats. So we can recognize that our difficulty in facing those unpleasant feelings or sensations can leave us vulnerable to slipping into an addictive pattern where we had found something that gives us some sort of instant relief or instant gratification, and we seek that out whenever we want to shift or change our state or how we're feeling. In that sense, just about everyone has some amount of vulnerability to addictive patterns, since we all naturally seek to avoid unpleasant feelings and to seek pleasant sensations or pleasant feelings. It helps also to understand that the chemistry in our body is part of a feedback system. As an example, if you're doing some activity that you find meaningful, enjoyable, and fulfilling, then it creates this positive emotional state that triggers the release of certain chemicals in your body, which give you that positive feeling. So you might get sort of a dopamine boost or an oxytocin boost from some type of interaction you have with other people or something you're doing that you find rewarding and fulfilling. So that chemistry helps you on a physical level feel that desirable emotional sensation. There are many drugs and chemicals out there that, in a sense, work to hijack our chemistry, to kind of give us a shortcut, a sort of instant gratification, where we can create that chemical state without going through what we would normally go through in our life to gain or earn that particular feeling. So we can get into that trap of seeking that instant gratification. This often begins early in life. When we're children or adolescents, we find these particular activities or substances that give us that pleasant feeling or that desirable escape from an unwanted feeling, and we get attached to that. We continue to use that throughout our life until perhaps at some point we realize that it's creating some harm in our life, that it's not healthy for us, and we choose to take steps to try to break free of that pattern, to be able to find healthier ways of addressing our emotions, of finding fulfillment in our life, of filling a void in our life, of facing and processing whatever emotional pain or unpleasant feelings we've experienced. Thus, at the root of healing addictions, it's often vital to heal those emotional issues in our life that have been left unresolved. If we're dealing with feelings of rejection, of abandonment, of loneliness or isolation, feelings of guilt or shame, sadness, depression, fear or anxiety, those are all things that we would like to address if we want to break free of unhealthy coping strategies. If we're able to address those particular issues in more healthy and positive ways, then we would be less drawn toward the unhealthy patterns, toward the addictive, instant gratification types of behaviors. This is something that we all have the power to develop. We can all build healthier skills for handling our feelings, for managing our emotional state. We can even develop skills to handle unpleasant physical sensations such as pain. Most of us have grown up in a culture, in a society, where we're taught to avoid feeling pain at all costs. The slightest itch, the slightest stomach ache or headache, people are often taught to take some type of over-the-counter medication, something to suppress or relieve that pain on a chemical level, rather than finding ways to actually get to the root of what's creating that symptom. If we can really find what's causing a symptom, we may be able to resolve that more quickly, rather than just suppressing the symptom while the cause continues to linger. In fact, it's been found in research regarding pain medications and the use of painkillers that when people become accustomed to using those, it actually slows down the healing process of whatever physical issue, whatever injury or illness may have been present that caused the pain. So if we take a more holistic approach, if we seek to address the cause or root of the symptom and to find non-addictive ways to address those uncomfortable sensations and feelings, we tend to have a much better long-term outcome. For those that are struggling with any type of addiction, know that there is help, there are resources that can assist you. I encourage you to explore all the different options that are available, the different types of resources that can help with overcoming addictions, with getting your life in balance, you could say, into a state where you can manage things without being controlled or overwhelmed by those past patterns. For more information on the subject of addictions, as well as other topics in the area of holistic health, I invite you to visit my website, www.phinsights.com. That's PHINSIGHTS.com. For now, I want to wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.